You're watching TV News at 10. I am N5M. We're staying with developments in the National Assembly, where the Senate has passed the Electoral Act Amendment Bill following an extensive clause-by-clause consideration of the report by its Committee on Electoral Matters. Lawmakers retained stricter penalties for vote buying and approved significant changes to Nigeria's electoral timetable. Tejesu Adeoye has more.
After nearly 3 hours of intense deliberations, the Senate passed the Electoral Act Amendment Bill, signaling another major step in Nigeria's electoral reform process. One of the key provisions retained is the electronic transmission of election results, with the law reaffirming the powers of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to transmit results, including the total number of accredited voters and ballot outcomes, in a manner prescribed by the Commission.
This Senate, under my watch, has not rejected electronic transmission of results. It's in my interest as a participant in the next election for such to be done. So please don't go with the crowd. Don't go with the crowd. We have retained what was in the previous provision. That's all we did. So if we rejected what was proposed by way of amendment and said, let's retain what was in the previous provision, the previous provision had made allowance, had made provision for electronic transmission. So it is still there as part of our laws.
The Senate, however, disapproved the replacement of lost permanent voter cards through downloadable alternatives, citing concerns over the integrity of the process. On electoral offences, lawmakers increased the penalty for buying or selling voter cards to a fine of 5 million naira or 2-year jail term, but removed the proposed 10-year ban on participation in elections for convicted offenders. The amendment also shortens the electoral calendar. Notice of election is reduced from 360 to 180 days, while political parties must submit their list of candidates to INEC at least 90 days before elections, down from 180 days. Publication of nomination details is also reduced from 150 to 60 days, and INEC is now required to invite political parties to inspect voters' registers within 20 days. Following the passage of the bill, the Senate set up a conference committee to harmonize the legislation, to be chaired by Senator Tahir Mungunu.
So the membership of the conference committee that will work assiduously to bring this back for us to give to Mr. President, so that within this month we can commence the process of procurement after the president's signature, and after the two chambers have okayed the harmonized version after the conference committee. For the Senate conference committee, we have the Senator Mohammed Taid Mongudu as chairman.
The Senate has clarified that there was no deliberate attempt to delay the passage of the Electoral Act, insisting that the extended legislative process was driven by the need to carry out a thorough and inclusive review. Lawmakers say the goal was to ensure that the final document adequately reflects the yearnings and democratic aspirations of Nigerians, while strengthening the credibility of the electoral process. Tejesu Adeoye, TV News, Abuja.